Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to discuss about strings. So what are strings? String is a collection of characters. Characters are arrays that ends with a \0 or \end. The syntax in declaring a string is, you could start with a character type, the name of the array, and then the size. For example, we're going to have here car name 25. So it means that we have an array which has a name and a size of 25. Okay. Now, when we store array in memory, it's something like this. So let's say I have input the value of Haji in the array that I have here. So each element has its own position. Now at the end of the last character, let's say I, there's another character here which is \0. Now this indicates the end of the character string. Okay, so the maximum number of characters stored will be the size -1. One character is always this symbol here, which stores at the end of the text. Within this video, I'm going to discuss the following programs. First is I'm going to show to you how input and display works using gets, puts, and then the cin function. Then I will be working with strlength function, which gets the length of the character. Now there will be two versions here. One is I'm going to use the function, and the other one is without using a function. We're going to also cover string copy, string concatenate, and string compare ignore. Then we're going to count the number of vowels and consonants, count the number of capital letters, small letters, and digits, and check whether the input character is capital letter or small letter or a digit. Okay, so these are the topics that I'll be covering for string. So let us now start with our program. Let me open our browser. So I have here our online C++ compiler. So let's start with our first code. So the first program is program to input and display, let's say string. Okay. So we start by having our library here. Okay. Next is we're going to use this library #include string.h. Okay. The program that will be working, I'll be using now the gets function. Okay. The gets function is used for input, and we also have here puts that will be used for displaying the value. Then later, we'll also explore the use of the cin function. Okay. So after we have this, let's have using namespace. Okay. Int main. Sorry. I don't know what's happening here. Then return 0. Okay. Now, let's declare now a string or an array. So let's say character name, and then right now let's set it to 50 characters. Okay. Next is let's prompt the user to enter the name. Okay. Now, normally we use cin here, right? But okay, let's try cin. Cin, then name. Cin name, and then cout. Okay, name is, and then we display the variable name. Okay, so this is our code. So let's run our code here before I simulate the use of the gets function. So here we are being prompted to enter the name. So let's say I'll type here Haji, enter. So we have the output, which is name is Haji. Okay, so that's good. Now let me modify this. Let's have some \n. So let's run it again. So run. Again, it's prompting us to enter the name. So this time I'm going to type here Haji space Tehuko, then press enter. So as you can see here, it only displays the first name, which is Haji. Cin has a sort of a limitation. Once it encounters a white space, like this one here in our input, it ignores it. It automatically somehow terminates the code. So if in case you'll be working with string and using cin function, there would be a problem here. Okay, now to solve it, later we have a solution for the cin function, but I'll demonstrate now the use of the gets function. Okay, so I'll remark this one first, and then we can now use gets and then followed by the variable name here. Okay, then instead of cout, you could also use here. Okay, so let us remark this one. Let's display. By the way, we're still going to use cout, and then we're going to have here name is, okay, and then we're going to use here puts and then name. Okay, let me move this. Okay, now the reason why I'm using here gets and puts, this is available in the older ANSYS C, but you could still use this here in C++, provided that you include string.h in the library section. Okay, so let's run our program. Now the thing here is that, so let's wait. In C++, which is our current compiler, the gets and puts are somewhat deprecated. Okay, so it's not available. You could still use, but it's listed here as deprecated. Now let's try to input now the name. So I'll type Haji. So as you can see here, the name is Haji. So let's try it again. Okay, so don't worry about the deprecated function. So we're just exploring it. So space and then Tehuko, enter. Now as you can see, I was able now to display the name, full name with space using the puts function. So the gets function here allows us to input a string or an array character. This one here, puts, allows us to display the value of our name variable. Okay, so this is our first example using the gets and puts function. In the next example, I'm going to demonstrate to you how we use the cin function to accept white spaces. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.